Well, we are going to
You're the host
discuss.
now. You have your topic, so I'm just gonna run whatever you tell me.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to make sure this is rolling. Firstly, and I believe it is. So there we go. I mean, it's crazy because like it's been a minute since we've done this like whatsoever. So here we go. Summer
I didn't
2018
know it was
Fragrance
already
Hall
live.
live stream with the homie CascadeScents. So thank you for tuning in, everyone. If you are watching, I know this is hella impromptu, but it's cool to get back into the swing of things. Hopefully, eventually get more consistent and whatnot. And we might as well catch up with what I have picked up lately
Wait,
too.
did I hear you say consistent?
Yeah,
Rough.
probably shouldn't have said that. I probably shouldn't have said that. Good lord.
Oh god. Rough.
Co-host, who are you and where are you from?
I am Timmy. I'm from Las Vegas, from the channel CascadeScents. You guys probably don't know me, or you do.
You did there.
Whichever.
Well, here's the thing, Timmy. Okay, so we have Timmy from CascadeScents by way of Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Bethel, Alaska, by way of Bangkok, Thailand. This guy is all over the Pacific Rim, and he is with me today to discuss some
in my Jaeger.
In your which?
Pacific Rim Jaeger.
Oh, I see what you did there. There you go.
Well, took you a while. Jesus.
Well, hold on. I had my mindset on something else, but it is cool that so certain people are actually showing love in the comments. So hello to all the stream monsters if you are watching. That being said, feel free to ask us any questions if you have anything. I see Music Mind, Mr. Top 10 Cents, Aaron, Luke, Emmanuel.
Like where have Manny been? Stuff like that. Ask any questions. Manny love it when he's on the center stage. Manny, what have you been doing? Why have you not been making videos?
Why are you making me out to be this like attention whore? But honestly, I've been away. Like if everything that Timmy just said is really, really true, I'd be making more videos consistently, of course. But no, don't get me wrong. I still love this, and I have just been unfortunately been away for work, which has been super lovely, super fruitful. So I really can't complain on that. And unfortunately, doing videos has taken a back seat, but hopefully I'll get back into the swing of things. I have a new full frame camera as well and a few more lenses. So hopefully I can up the production value and or do this more consistently.
Full close-up eye shot B-roll.
Can you not right now? Like, oh my gosh. Anyway, CascadeScents, I understand you've slowed down for a bit as well. That being said, if you want to tell the world what you've been up to yourself, please do.
I've been playing golf, man. I've been playing a lot of golf. You can see my skin is like really dark now. So I've been in the sun a lot. Okay. I don't know, like I've just been enjoying my summer vacation. I've been a little bit uninspired lately with video topics, and that's just how it is. You burn out sometime on YouTube. This is just one of those times for me.
No,
I'll be back when I feel more inspired.
You know what? And that's the thing.
We gotta be honest, right? Gotta keep it up front. I'm not gonna say that I've been late and stuff like that. It's just I've been uninspired.
I appreciate the honesty, mainly because I tend to make videos that I am motivated to do myself for the most part, which seems kind of selfish. That being said, in this world, if you are going to do anything, you better be offering either a good or a service. We're not offering goods ourselves. So the service here, as far as fragrance videos, is entertainment and or education. And despite having to offer that, I still have to be mentally and emotionally involved or motivated. And unfortunately, that hasn't been the case for both of us, I think, including Ashton as well. So Ashton, thank you for dropping by.
Ashton's here.
And Ashton, you want to tell the world furthermore about you, where you're from, and what you've been up to lately?
Where I'm from?
Or, I mean, where you're from as far as your channel. We know your channel, but we'd rather hear from the horse's mouth. I'm just saying.
Yeah, just Gents YouTube channel. Lately, I don't know, man. I got semi-burned out, so I'm not putting as much stuff out. I'm gonna have some stuff coming out shortly. Just probably not edited as much because I just don't have the time right now.
That's fair.
Hitting the gym again and just living life, man.
Yo, I can respect that tenfold as far as the hitting the gym and living life, because not everyone may know this, but doing this stuff,
We have
fragrance videos,
lives.
yeah, we have lives, number one, and fragrance videos is not easy, mainly because like we put in so much work and hours into it. And don't get me wrong, we're as passionate as other people in other communities who do this for a living per se, but they're getting compensated for it. So for us to be as motivated is very tough. So we do appreciate every bit of support, especially you coming in here and actually using your time on us and watching the stream. So I appreciate it. That being said, this stream is called Summer 2018 Fragrance Haul. So it's been a while since I've been around, of course. So I figured I might as well whip out some of the fragrances that I recently have purchased since the last time I've made a video. And hopefully you guys will like them, and or I want to get my thoughts out there with the homies' thoughts. And I know they're all familiar with each of these fragrances, so that's why we're doing this. It's going to be a healthy conversation, hopefully. And feel free to chime in the comments.
Hold on 1 second, Ashton. I read something funny in the comment section. Someone says Ashton is the shit, but when I first glanced at it, I saw Ashton is shit, and I was like, "What the?" And then like, "Oh, Ashton is the shit." Okay, that makes sense.
Oh man,
I was about to get a little bit triggered. They're like, "What?"
Lord. I mean, like, English as second language is the case for a lot of people here. So shout outs. Thank you for trying. I appreciate that.
Thank you for trying.
Yeah, no, dead ass though. Like
terrible.
everyone's welcome here at in the forum. That being said, we might as well roll with this. And Ashton, Timmy, I got some fragrances here. I know your takes on it already, but if you want to tell the people how you feel about certain fragrances here, and if anything's changed about your opinion. So the first fragrance I'm going to discuss with you guys today, since I recently picked it up, is this right here. We have Icon Racing by Dunhill Icon, very reminiscent of other, Bergamot imitation wannabe fragrances. Not the craziest fan of this, but I got this tester on the low. So that being said, Ashton, has your opinion on this wavered? Yes or no?
Nope.
Okay, still juvenile and whack. Fair play. Okay. See, sometimes it's that easy for him. Timmy.
To me, like it's not a bad fragrance. It's not a wow fragrance. It's good, but it's not oh my god good. So I'm just gonna keep it as that.
Totally fair. So
the whole Icon Racing line for me.
Yeah, as far as the Icon line, I prefer
the Icon line. I said Icon Racing like a moron, but
yeah, it's all good, man. It's been a minute. So, if we're gonna rank number one across the board, I think everyone's in unison when we say Icon for the most part.
Yep.
Icon EDP.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I know it's not Tim's favorite line, so like I know you had to bear with us there. So
yeah,
it's all good. That being said, we have lots to go through, and if you guys have any questions in the comments, please list them. I appreciate all the support, monsters. So thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. The next fragrance that I have recently picked up is this right here. And I know your thoughts. We got the Parfum version, 50 ml of Bleu de Chanel. I'll start with Timmy this time. Are you still wearing this quite consistently, my friend?
Nope. It doesn't last. That's the problem with it. It's parfum. It's thicker. I like the smell, but it doesn't project anywhere off my skin. Like 5 hours, it's gone. That's the disappointing part about it. It's like having that, might as well wear the EDP instead. You know,
not pay as much paper.
It's more practical. You get more use out of it.
Cool. And GenScents.
I already had the EDT and the EDP, so Apple Scents actually sent me his bottle like a month ago for me to do a review on, and I still haven't gotten around to it. Sorry about that, but I'll do that sometime this century. So like it smells good. It's not worth the money because it's priced more than the EDP and the EDT, and I would wear both of those over the Parfum. So like it smells good, but I'm not gonna buy it.
That's totally fair.
Honestly, the EDT and the EDP are just as versatile, if not more versatile. I've got every situation covered with those two, so I don't care about it.
I agree.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, honestly, when I smelled this, I like the opening the most from the Eau de Toilette because I think it's more vibrant as far as the grapefruit.
Me too.
And the deep waters feel of the Parfum version here is already very similar to the Eau de Parfum. And I prefer it there too. And this thing doesn't last as long. I hate to potentially say in a full review of it eventually that this might be the worst of the line, which is
I think so.
because of the fact of how pricey it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would agree to that for sure.
Yeah.
Good lord. So far,
It's a shame because the smell is good.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
Just to make this interesting, guys, I think we're all in unison as far as thumbs down for Icon Racing and thumbs down for this. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So you have two like really
Overall, yeah.
shitty pickup. Yeah.
Okay. Again, caught them on the low. But yeah, fair. That's fair. Okay. The next one, not so shitty in my personal opinion. Maybe in Timmy's, but we have a partial here. Eau de Toilette, Sycamore, Chanel from the Les Exclusifs Chanel.
Oh.
So, you know, your boy was able to get the hookup. Shout out to Brian in Ottawa. That being said, Ashton, how do you feel about this one?
Yeah, that's sick. That's my shit. I've got that one. I mean, of course, you know, it's like a more refined, higher quality version of Encre Noir to an extent, but it's the sickness. So that's a thumbs up. Even though it's super expensive at this point to pick up.
Yeah, it's not cheap, especially in this concentration. And if you're getting the standard Eau de Parfum now, it's crazy because the Eau de Parfum, not the OG again, because the OG is the Eau de Toilette.
Right.
The Eau de Parfum got weaker. The base notes aren't as full-bodied smelling, and it's way pricier. Like I think a 200 ml of this is what, $320 US. It's not good. But Tim, how do you feel about this one?
That one I do actually like, but not enough to buy. But I do like it. I think that's my favorite out of the line, besides Coromandel, which is obviously basic.
I mean, I'm not shocked that for you to say that, mainly because the standard Chanel powder bombs is not your style. I don't think it's anyone's style but me, seemingly sometimes. That being said, I don't think anyone here is going to say it's a whack fragrance for the most part. Ashton, I think you're going to give it a thumbs up. Timmy, how do you feel?
I own it. Yeah.
Yep, thumbs up. Yep.
Okay, so we got 3 thumbs up. Obviously, I bought this recently and pursued it, not like on the cheap from some discounter or retailer, mainly because of the fact that it is used. And, you know, Chanel's on the cheap, you know, that never happens. So your boy still
it sadly doesn't.
Yeah. So obviously I'm a fan. You know, if it comes to an alternative style on vetiver, something a little bit more greener and or still citrus at the same time, but there's a certain Chanel refinement to it. Yeah, definitely check out Sycamore EDT. It's definitely the shit. All right. Next up, we have another designer fragrance, another favorite from some people. We got Narciso Rodriguez for him, Eau de Toilette. Tim, how do you feel about this one?
That's Pete's favorite. That's Fragrance View's favorite. I like it. I think it's nice. It's one of the more unique designers out there. And you're looking for something that's affordable and not like anyone else, I think that was a good one to look at. And it's easy to wear too. It's not that tough to wear. So I like it. I say it's good.
Cool. All right. Shout outs to Mr. Fragrance View out in, is he in UAE right now?
No, he's back in the UK.
All right. Well, shout outs to the big homie right there. Anyway, Ashton, how do you feel about this?
I dig it. I don't really wear it personally. It's one of those ones that I keep around in the collection because of its uniqueness. Everybody's always comparing it to the smell of petrichor or, you know, after a rain.
Like cement. I see some cement.
Right. Yeah. Everybody
like
always
on Fragrantica, like wet cement or something like that. I don't know if I get the wet cement.
Yeah, it's kind of you have to think about it in an imaginative way to come up with that. But yeah, I dig it. I mean, it's something different, and especially over the last year or two, there's a lack of that. So I'll give it a thumbs up.
I was gonna say when you said you have to think about it on like another level, I'm like, yo, that's so meta. As H3HD would say, shout outs, Papa bless. That being said, I'm a big fan of this. And it's funny because like we mentioned Fragrance View earlier, he sent me with this in his Scenting YouTubers video. So that was rather kind of him because I'm a big fan of this. I eventually got it. It's cool because like it's like a wet musk. That's what I get, like a wet, slightly green musk, kind of like what the Fragrantica notes describe verbatim. However, some people say that they smell wet rocks or wet cement.
Right.
I don't know how I feel about that, but it's a thumbs up from each of us, I believe. Is that correct?
Yep. Definitely.
Cool. All righty. So there's that. The next fragrance, also a partial that I picked up recently. And here's the thing. I know everything I said as far as those fragrances. I mean, they're from different times of the year. I just so happen to pick up certain fragrances during this summer. That being said, they're not necessarily all summer fragrances. This one definitely is not. This one is called Oud Satin Mood Eau de Parfum by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. So I just had to preface that because I want to make sure you all aren't wearing this. Whatever.
Manny wears it to church.
Bruh, you know, I barely wear stuff like this in general. So obviously Tim's laughing. That being said, how do you feel about this, Tim? I know you rate it.
That's the best. That's the best from MFK. But you know how they sell those 7.5 mil like spray sample size? I think that's all you need. If you're gonna buy Oud Satin Mood, that's all you need. You do not need a full bottle whatsoever. Like because when you wear it, you only really need like half a spray.
Yeah, you need.
But it's really good. It's super good. I love it.
Okay, lovely. And Ash, how do you feel about this one?
Yeah, I think that one's the best of the MFK oud fragrances. If the other ones can get a little to the point that I don't really want to wear them. Like, yeah, just a little funky. I'm down with that one, and also that one's a little more affordable than some of the others, like Velvet Mood, and I own that one, and I'm like, why the hell do I have this? Because
you know what? You're right. As far as like retail, those ones actually cost more. Am I correct?
Yeah, because they have the little gold plaque. The ones with the little gold plaque,
yeah,
are more expensive.
On some
so cashmere and velvet, they cost more.
Yeah, on some exclusive Tom Ford private blend shit, right? Like,
yeah.
The gold plate, you know, if it's limited, like when they re-retroed Bois Marocain,
right,
from 2016. Yeah. Remember that?
That way you can act like you're classier because you got a gold plate on your bottle.
Yeah. So, whoops. That being said, this one, guys, Oud Satin Mood, is the only one I can really tolerate from the oud line from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, as far as something a little bit more wearable when it comes to that experimental rose oud combination. However, I do like the Maison Francis Kurkdjian just oud. That one's good too. But the Velvet Mood, Silk Mood, yeah, not so much.
Yeah.
But all thumbs up?
Yeah, thumbs up.
Yep. Thumbs up.
Cool. Alrighty. So the next fragrance that I know you guys are familiar with, my second bottle of this, because in a previous video, I actually gave this fragrance away to one of my best friends. And that is Millésime Impériale by Creed. A brand new 120 ml.
Where did we sign up for this like best friend giveaway, Ashton? Like there's gotta be a sign up.
Oh man, I mean, I guess I'm generous. I don't know, but yeah, salute my friend Dave, who was the recipient of this. But I got another one, so there you go.
Fragrance Bros, Dave.
No. There it is. Anyway, about that, however, Ashton, how do you feel about MI by Creed?
Yeah, it's one of the first ones that I picked up from Creed. I think it was actually the third one that I got. GIT and Aventus were first. But I liked it more originally. I still like it now, but I got more wear out of it, like, you know, the first year or so I owned it. I actually wore it like 3 days ago, so I'll still give it a thumbs up. But at this point, I don't reach for it a whole lot.
That's fair. Okay. And Tim?
I like it. My girlfriend loves it. So if the girl love it, you know, well, not much I can say. I have to wear it.
I respect that.
Hard to argue when the girlfriend loves it.
Yeah, happy wife, happy life. Not quite there yet, my friend, but maybe one day.
Not quite there yet.
That being said, I do rate this fragrance a whole lot. Actually, just before I continue, I think we all were in unison as far as thumbs up for Oud Mood, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So Milicia Imperial, definitely my favorite Creed on scent alone. Oh god, performance super whack, even for a summer fragrance.
Yeah.
That being said, the one reason I was actually really happy to give this away to my friend initially is because he'd be more happier with this fragrance than me. Because despite how much I love this scent, as far as that, you know, salty watermelon vibe, I knew how much more he like, you know, like how this appealed to him furthermore. And I was actually like kind of like low key in limbo with this scent because a girl once told me that she's like, "Oh my god, I love Sean John," when she smelled it off me, as if an ex wore it before, which I'm pretty sure was the case. So what I'm saying here is that I don't want to be smelling like someone in that regard, but I'd be more okay with it if she said, "Oh my god, I love that scent," not that, "Oh my god, I love this $20 scent." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
look at that watermelon dopeness.
Yeah, that watermelon dopeness is for real. Don't get me wrong. It's just like, oh god, this had to be cloned. So
oh yeah, for real.
That's that. All thumbs up on Creed MI though.
Yep.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So moving on to the next scent that I think everyone here is familiar with. Forgive me if I am wrong. This one is by Hermes. It's called Rose Ikebana from the Hermescence line. Has anyone here not smelled it?
I don't think I have actually.
Really? Okay. Tim?
Yeah, I've smelled it.
Okay. So Ashton, just a heads up, it's a very vibrant tea rose scent that I think could be fairly mass appealing, but does not get the love because of how poor its projection and longevity are.
Oh yeah.
So that being said, I'll just get Tim's opinion on this. How do you feel about it, bro?
Meh.
Yeah.
Meh. I smelled the whole line of that line. I think just a couple days ago when I went to Hermes and Bellagio, but I didn't find any that I was wow. It was all meh to me. So is that one.
It's funny because a lot of people paint Jean-Claude Elena as a creative genius, including myself. That being said, I know you're into really creative concepts and stuff like that, Tim, but his work really has never appealed to you for the most part.
Never.
Yeah. So
I don't like it. It's probably one of my least favorite brand when it comes to perfumes.
Brand and
Hermes.
perfumers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't own anything from Hermes, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about JCE though, Ashton? The god.
Of course, I'm down. I mean, Timmy can rock and roll his yeah, I mean
rock and roll.
Yeah, you man. But yeah, I've watched his little documentaries that you can find on YouTube.
Those are bomb.
Yeah, and I've watched them multiple times because he just seems like a boss. And of course, the whole Jardin line is the sickness.
Oh yeah.
I have 4 or 5 from that line, but yeah, they're just all kick ass in my opinion. Of course, some of them lean a little more femme than they do masculine, but I don't care just because they smell so good. Sometimes I just bust those out just to smell them, like
there it is,
just on their own.
Yeah, I can respect that.
Especially Sur Lanil, everybody's up in that one, so that's not really anything unique to say.
Yeah, for good reason though, because it's funny because Tim and I had this conversation before we started the stream, and we were saying about how, for the most part, the fragrance community likes to rate stuff that gets good feedback, which I thought was really unique because in other communities, people be like, "Oh, you have nice makeup." I mean, they'll be like, "Oh, I have nice makeup," or "I have these nice sneakers," or whatnot. Mainly because they think that themselves, the owners, thinks it looks nice, but the Fragcom's really the only community that rates stuff based on what other people say too.
Right.
But when it comes to Un Jardin sur Lanil, it's not like you can do that because it doesn't perform. So when I see people actually rate Un Jardin sur Lanil, it's good. You know what I mean? So I like that scent a lot. And I think this scent is really good too. It's really expensive. I still give it a thumbs up. But Tim, how about you?
I wouldn't buy it. No, I would give it a thumbs up because it's quite expensive as well.
Yep,
it's not cheap fragrance.
Totally fair. Like I think it's around like $250 USD or something like that.
Yeah.
That being said, it's not getting any cheaper right now. So the next fragrance we're moving on to, and I'll start with Ashton for this one, is this right here. Leighton exclusive by Parfums de Marly. Shout outs to Alan Burgess over at Beverly Hills Perfumery for this one.
Yeah,
that's a West Coast god right there. It's funny because we had this conversation before, Alan and I, and that is I'm a Canadian formerly from America, and he's an American formerly from Canada, and he's living at where I used to live in LA, or Beverly Hills more specifically. So shout outs to Alan. That being said, Ashton, how do you feel about Leighton exclusive?
Honestly, I prefer just Leighton, the original. And I know as far as like I know as far as like hardcore fragrance people go, that's the incorrect answer, because when Exclusive came out, everybody was like, "Oh shit, they put the oud in." Now it's more unique, it's more
man. Sounds like half the community.
Bro, it's a Laotian oud though. People are like really I'm just
as soon as it hit, everybody was like, "This should have been right here, boy." And then I don't like it as much, honestly. Okay. Like it comes across a little funkier, and I know obviously it's because of the added notes, but how
do you feel about the price point when it's a smaller bottle and the fact that it's another like $60 more?
Yeah, I don't like that, obviously. Okay. It's okay. I mean, I have it. Have I worn it? No. Like it just sits there. Okay. Because if I want to wear Leighton, something that smells like Leighton, I just wear Leighton.
That's fair. You don't need to get too artsy for.
Nah, man.
What's it called?
Don't need to overcomplicate shit.
Exactly. How do you feel about this, Tim?
Ashes broke my heart.
It triggered
hero like 2 seconds.
You start shaking.
And it does. No, like I really like this one. Like I think that like to me, what was gutting is that they should have released this instead of like Leighton, in my personal opinion. Because Leighton at the price point that it smells too much like designer to be, the MSRP is like over $200, and it smells too much like designer to me to be that much. That's what I've always thought about the original Leighton. But now that this came out, I think it's more worth the price tag that it smells more niche.
Okay, that's fair. All right.
And I wear it a lot. Many I travel with it.
I do know
That's
that
like
you
one
rate
of my go-to travel scents, yeah.
I do know that you rate it, yeah. That being said, I do rate the scent. I guess I do prefer it over Leighton as well, because if I'm looking for that cinnamon apple bomb on the more mass appeal level, I guess I'm reaching for Boss Bottled, if that makes any sense. But if I want something a little bit more challenging, I guess I'll get this. That being said, I have actually not been wearing this inside as much as I'd like to, because I've been busy testing a lot of summer fragrances. So take this with a grain of salt, that when I give it a thumbs up, it's because I presume I'm going to like it in the autumn. But how about you, Ashton? Thumbs down?
Yeah, the MSRP, thumbs down.
Okay. And Tim?
Thumbs up.
Ooh, okay.
Sadness.
That's a 2 of 3. Alrighty.
That's okay. I mean, I bought it like when it was hot, when it first came out, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna review this," and then I just didn't care about it, and so I just kind of.
I did that. I did the same thing. I bought it, and I was like, "I'm gonna do a video comparison," and it just never happened.
Yeah, I just didn't care. I was like, whatever.
Okay.
Like Leighton, my wife loves Leighton, like to the max, and then Exclusive she doesn't really like, which she's hit or miss like that, and so just for me, I just never really.
Whatever the wife likes, man. That's what you have to wear. That's the bottom line.
Happy.
And I mean, to be completely fair, I don't wear Leighton a whole lot either. So.
Yeah, especially right now in the year. Like,
yeah,
it's like what, in the 90s in Tennessee right now?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. No, I mean,
that's
not
hot.
fun if you're.
It's like 100. Well, Vegas is hot too.
Yeah,
I mean, shout outs to all of the homies who wear thick fragrances in warm weather.
Yeah, for real. Rocking tobacco wood or something.
Yeah, people,
105 degree
people
weather.
rocking Amouage Atars right now. You know,
Oh my god.
Interlude, going into an elevator. Oh god.
Yeah.
Good night, OG interlude.
Good
We're
night.
talking like 2012 interlude, like straight up. Yeah, see ya. That being said, we have the next fragrance up for debate here.
Hell, how many did you buy?
It's been a while since I posted, to be fair. You know, Tim, this is my second bottle of this because I had some HBC points in Canada, or HBC rewards, and I was able to get a discount off this. And a smaller bottle than my first one. We got Allure Homme Edition Blanche EDP.
Yay!
So, Tim, how do you feel about this? I already know the answer.
It's great, but you got the EDP version.
Hey, dog, I paid like $40 though. Chill, you know, like.
No. Hold on, let me show you.
Is that concentré?
That's like some serious
EDTC. Oh god.
Fragcom stuff where it's like, bro, you got the wrong type.
No, you got the wrong one.
This is the most.
No, like, in all honesty, it's good. It's good either way.
Okay, Tim, I'm gonna cut you off for a sec. Sorry, but this is the most niche horror designer battle argument ever.
Yeah, for real.
I love you, man. Yo, want to trade?
It's very true.
It's like
I'm
people
good.
with Club de Nuit Intense where they're like, bro, that's not the Silver Spray or Club de Nuit Intense. That's not the real OG.
Or yo, that's not this. That's
the Silver Spray.
Yeah,
the Silver Spray.
Yeah.
Yo, that's not the metal cap for Nautica Voyage.
Yeah.
That's a popular one.
Cap. That's where your performance sucks. I get 12 hours with metal cap.
Bruh, there it is. That being said, Ash, how do you feel about Edition Blanche?
Of course, thumbs up. Easy. All day. I think that's made like every top 10 spring list I've ever done or something. It's just the hotness.
It's just really good.
Yep.
I would say it's like one of the most underrated designer fragrance ever.
Everybody loves that shit, man. It can be underrated.
Name one person who
no one talks about it. Like I don't know.
That's the messed up part. People blood of Chanel till the day they die, but this will get like maybe a half mention tops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't get that much mention.
It is really
so godlike. So I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. How about you guys?
Of course.
Thumbs up.
So
all day.
One of the only summer gourmands out here for the win. Vanilla E, vetiver, but most importantly, lemony.
That's right. That lemon cream, bro.
Ooh, there it is. But this has been quite the summer haul. So thank you guys for tuning in. I've been really appreciative of you here. That being said, I have a couple more to get through right here, and it's a pair of 30 ml État Libre d'Orange fragrances. So the one that I picked up recently, I think you both have smelled this. This is Fil de Dieu by État Libre d'Orange. How do you feel about this, Ashton, and why?
Haven't smelled it.
This one you haven't smelled. Okay. Okay.
No, I've actually been scoping some of those on Fragrance Buy, but I haven't pulled the trigger on a lot of them.
Cool. Alrighty. You know,
and actually, when I've gone to major cities, you know, where I've had an opportunity to smell a whole lot of things that I've never gotten my nose on, I've never run across that brand for whatever reason. That house, it seems like
they have really limited distribution outside of online for whatever reason.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
I've noticed
because online their distribution is hella, especially with Sephora. But it's not like they stock them in real life for the most part. And I know for a fact that if you're in NYC, I mean, you can smell these at like Twisted Lily, for example. That being said, besides that, I'm trying to think of where else in North America, but not many places. Yeah, Beverly Hills Perfumery, I believe. And it's hard to say, but I am a fan of this scent. We're talking one inspired by the Philippines because it used to be called Philippine Houseboy, which I was obviously.
Oh yeah, okay, I've read about that one.
So I thought it was more so for notoriety rather than an homage to us, which is why I kind of stayed away from it. But I ended up liking it eventually. How does Tim feel about this fragrance?
I like it. Just the performance is not that great, but I do like the scent. Yeah.
Yes. Because when you did do the État Libre d'Orange video, I think in your second or third ever video, am I correct?
Yeah, but that one wasn't in it.
Was that one not in it? Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't in it.
Yeah, okay. So I am a big fan of this one mainly because of like I like how it does rice and citrus, and I don't think the coconut's too crazy because I'm not a huge coconut guy. But I do think it's a nice, well-rounded scent that I rate for this time of the year, I guess. You're right though, performance sucks. So Ashton's yet to smell it, but Tim, thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up.
All right, thumbs up myself too. All right, and the last one that I picked up recently, True Lust, also by Italie Berrange. Ashton, have you smelled this one?
Which one? Sorry.
True Lust.
No.
Cool. Tim, how do you feel about this?
Have not smelled that one.
Oh wow. Okay, so there we go. I definitely rate this. It's actually a crossover between two fragrances that they already have. Believe it or not, it's a mix. True Lust is actually Dangerous Complicity featuring Putain de Palace. It's like 50-50 both of them. And I do rate this because it's not as, slutty as either of those two fragrances by themselves for whatever reason. Hard to explain, but if you like powder, if you like leather, definitely check this out. So I give it a thumbs up, and that is about it for my summer haul. That being said, we have a lot of questions in the chat. So again, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'm sure everyone else here does. I see Mr. Siage repping the niche. Everyone here always rep your niche, right? HGH3, Vape Niche, that's what's up. But here we go. I do see some questions here. And again, if you guys are tuning into the chat as well, Tim or Ash, please shout out some questions to me. I have one here from Yukio Neo. Do these guys actually answer questions or just have a video planned? We didn't have a video planned. I just decided to do this randomly, to be honest. So now we are answering questions. So thank you for asking, I guess. I really appreciate the interest. But best purely sandalwood fragrance besides Sacred Wood. That's El Senor Jesus who asked. Do you guys have a favorite sandalwood fragrance outside of Sacred Wood, or is that it?
Does Gucci Rush count?
Yeah, that counts. I know it's gone.
Okay,
but...
I'll say that.
Okay, lovely.
Even though it's just kind of a pain in the butt trying to get it now.
Dog, Gucci Rush is godlike though.
Gucci Rush dope. And if you want to get something on the cheap that smells like it, you can go for a Zaro Visit.
Oh, there you go.
Or Pals Illyris Sartorial. Both cheap.
Okay. All right. Yeah, definitely. You'll have to link me to that one. But definitely, the Azaro is a good look as well. How do you feel about your favorite sandalwood fragrance, Timmy? Is it Sacred Wood?
Reflection Man. Maybe besides Sacred Wood, right? It's besides Sacred Wood. I can't answer Sacred Wood.
Yeah, can't answer.
Reflection Man.
So
I don't know. I can't think of one off the top of my head right now, but that's all.
Reflection Man's a good answer, to be fair. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
People incoming saying it's just Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Mans.
Yeah. I mean, that's gonna. Yeah. In 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. It's just Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Mans.
Yeah, like dead ass. Like that's probably gonna happen. With niche whore living in their parents' basement. That being said, honestly, I would rate recently Gypsy Water, obviously, because that's one of my favorite fragrances, and/or is. And also, I rate this right here. It's on my desk. This one's called Dries Van Noten by Frederic Malle. So this is a collaboration between the designer Dries Van Noten and Frederic Malle. It's saffron-y, vanilla-y, ultimately a sandalwood fragrance, which I love due to its beast performance. And, I like its scent. I like its alternative take on either of those notes. And it has pretty good performance too. So definitely I rate this real high. I'd say it's really underrated in comparison to the rest of the fragrances from this line. But I like that as far as sandalwood. Anyone else? Okay.
Some people have mentioned Richwood, which is really dope, but I only have a 5 ml decant of that. I don't have a full bottle, so I didn't choose that as a potential answer. Expensive as hell, but really good.
Expensive as hell. Shout out to Zerjov, friends of the channel, of course. And Richwood is not cheap, but that's why
it's Richwood.
That's why it's Richwood. Yeah, exactly. But I see some people throwing.
That's why it's Richwood.
Everyone's showing love. I see a Gentleman's Journey up in here. Mr. Oz, Robes 08, Mr. Siage.
Shout outs.
Shout outs to all the homies here. Yeah, I really appreciate y'all coming through, showing us love. Breezy Fragrance in the building. Joe Anthony. That's cool. That's cool. Rafael Balrezo mentioned, I just read a post of the new Terre d'Hermes Eau Extrait Verde. How do you guys feel about that?
Is that real life?
There's going to be a flanker of Terre d'Hermes coming out this year. That's correct. Yes. And based furthermore on the vetiver note.
I don't know, man. That sounds cool. I'm always down with some new Terre d'Hermes.
Cool. Which seldom happens, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Pure Parfum, the Eau de Toilette, and then Très Fraîche.
Mm-hmm. And Tim, this is one of your least favorite prominent designer lines. How do you feel about a Terre d'Hermes more vetiver focused version? Oh God.
Tim says thumbs down.
So I'm gonna
it's about an answer you can expect from me.
Yeah. Obviously Tim's not feeling it, but thumbs up for us, Ash? Or
I think so. I mean, I'll have to check it out, but
so we'll
probably
see.
gonna be for your more mature dudes out there, I would imagine, if they're gonna take that vetiver even further, right?
True. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's what I would think.
Yeah. I mean, Terre d'Hermes is, the well-off middle-aged guy fragrance.
Yeah.
On some signature scent level.
Yeah.
So there's that.
It's the vibe it gives.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I see Med Music Mind. Manny, how long do you think before street fashion breaks more into the fragrance scene? CDG did already, but thoughts on Supreme, Bape, etc. That's a very good question. Mainly because I did a thing, and oh God. Okay, so I'm gonna get busted red-handed when I say this shit. Because I didn't want people to know that I have this, and I didn't include it initially in this 2018 fragrance haul for a reason. But I'm gonna fetch it for you guys. So let me get this, because this is kind of part of that question. So one sec.
I see Bulbasaur in the background.
Bulbasaur, what up?
Because
Bulbasaur.
we can't mention a street.
Pokemon.
Yeah, I've got Bulba in the building. We can't mention street fashion fragrance without mentioning this. Elevator Music.
Oh.
Off-White X by Rado. So it's clearly happening already when it comes to street fashion and fragrance. But this is a big level because of the fact that it's with a prominent fragrance brand in Byredo. It's not like Comme des Garçons, who's already been doing their own fragrances for the last 20 years. So I think the direction of those brands are they will do stuff like this in some Hypebeast collaboration, because that's how they know how to do business with other aspects of themselves. Bape does make their own in-house fragrances, though, that being said. But I would not be shocked to see a Supreme Eau de Toilette in the near future. Let's just say that. Do you guys have opinions on that or opinions on this? Have you guys yet to smell this?
I haven't yet, but
Nope.
if Supreme comes out with a fragrance, I mean, how quick is that going to sell out, and how much are people going to be flipping it for?
Ooh, bars. Facts.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. It's like, hype beast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch, we're gonna see Rice Gum spraying it into like a toilet.
I feel like it's not gonna be worth it. It's the smell is not worth the price tag for sure. That's what I'm gonna guess right now.
Yeah.
It's like $500.
That's what I'm afraid of as well. If we're gonna continue to see limited hype beast culture enter the fragrance community and or industry, which it really isn't a thing when it comes to fragrances, because fragrance brands want to generally release everything, which is great because there's so much competition, and the good stuff will eventually win out to a certain extent. But this surprisingly was easy for me to track down, so that is pretty cool. Next question though, what is everyone asking? Wow, Aaron. Okay, Aaron Luke is like, yo, let's talk about chemtrails and flat Earth. What the hell?
Hollow Earth. Just start full on Alex Jones.
Shout outs to Alex Jones. Yeah, no.
Shout outs Infowars.
Infowars. Dude has a dating site for it as well, which is hilarious.
Oh god.
Yeah. Dude has a dating site.
Yeah, that's amazing for all the flat earthers. And all of them. I'm so many people are unsubscribing right now. Okay. Anyway, I'm looking here at some of the comments. again, for more questions, Rafael Valrezo, shout outs, Rafael, yeah, no problem. Have you guys sniffed the new Tom Ford Ombre Leather 18? Because, you know, it's the 18 version instead of the 2016, despite not listing 18 there. And have you smelled the new Fougères? So that's Fougère Platine and Fougère d'Argent by Tom Ford. Ashton, have you smelled anything there besides Ombre Leather? Because I know you smelled that.
No, man. I've actually been on a little bit of a buying hold. Like I decided I've got so much stuff bagged up right now that I need to get to. I was like, I'm not going to buy any new stuff for the next like month or so. And that's when all those hit. You know, they started dropping on the Facebook groups where people got them early, and they're like, oh, I'm selling it for whatever, $150. And normally I probably would have bought one and then done a review on it, but I just decided not to. So I haven't smelled those ones yet. Obviously, I don't have a store around me that carries them.
But how do you feel about the OG Ombre Leather 16 then? If you don't mind me
asking. I like it. Yeah. I don't wear it as much as Tuscan Leather, just because, like, you know, Tuscan Leather is the OG for me, and Ombre Leather does share some similarities. But I think it's a worthy addition if you're a Tom Ford private blend collector. Like, I know lots of dudes out there are, you know, it's kind of like Creed almost. It's like you get a couple of them and then it's like, oh, I got to get another one. Then you've got a whole, you know, row of Tom Ford private blends. I like it. I haven't smelled the, you know, the new release, which I'm assuming is a little bit different because I have the OG. Do you know if they're the same or are they?
That's a good question. I don't know if they're the same because all I did was smell from the nozzle, and I didn't have a 16 to compare it to because I don't own 16, so I don't have that kind of eidetic memory with it. Because I didn't have a full wearing with it. I do recall not being as impressed with 16, mainly because I was about that Tuscan Leather at the time if I had to pick between the two, and I just couldn't see myself owning both.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a nice fragrance, and I did compliment someone wearing it one day. So it's definitely something I can see myself wearing, especially now that it's been generally released for a hella lower price, if it is still relatively the same fragrance. But if you guys want to tell us in the comments, Stream Monsters, let us know if it is or not.
Yeah.
I have another question here. We have Christian Alpazar. What's your favorite Tom Ford fragrance? So this is more than just private blend, I guess. You can answer with any of them, maybe Grey Veteran or Grey Leather or something like that. I'm gonna have Tim's just kind of, you know, getting back in the swing of things. Ashton, what is your favorite Tom Ford fragrance?
Damn, that's difficult if I'm just picking one.
Pick like two then.
Dude, if I'm gonna pick two, I'm just gonna go OG and Tobacco Vanille Tuscan Leather.
It's fair.
So those are the first two I bought, and those are still the two that kind of had the biggest impact when I first smelled them. Where I was like, oh damn, these are, you know, these are sick, like must own. And you know, those are my original first two Tom Ford private blends I picked up years ago. So I'm gonna go with those. I know, you know, some of the more trendy picks would be like Amber Absolute, and you know, maybe go with some funkiness, some Black Orchid or something. But I'm going Tuscan Leather, Tobacco Vanille, OG, Fall Winter Beasts.
So we got that James Bond and that great Tuscan Leather smelling like a brick.
Yeah, man. Cool. And like mentioned in the comments there, Amber Absolute, Italian Cypress, Raphael, both super sick fragrances. They'd be in my top 10 easy, maybe top 5. And then Tobacco Oud Wood. I love both of those too.
Cool.
Those would probably be my top 6 if I were gonna throw a bunch out there.
Yeah, that's a good 5 or 6 right there.
Yeah.
How about Tim? I already know the answer, but you want to explain for the people what your answer is?
Well, I was first going to say I agree with Ashton that the original, the OG Tobacco Vanille is bomb. It's so good. My friend has it, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so jealous. It's divine. It's literally it is. Tuscan Leather as well.
So good.
I wish I owned those. My favorite, personally, is Venetian Bergamot. I wear this all the time, and surprisingly, it smells heavy, but it's best worn in hot weather. Like, surprisingly, I wore it in Thailand. Like I said in all my videos, I mentioned it. It just smells great in the heat, especially when you're on vacation in a tropical island. It just smells really good. So that's what I would recommend you guys wear time-wise for this fragrance. This Venetian, summertime Venetian Bergamot.
Yeah, because it's actually a summertime Tom Ford fragrance that actually lasts on the Mandarinos and the
Yeah.
Neroli Portofinos and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
shout out to VB. Personally, if I had to pick one, honestly, Italian Cypress. It's gone now though, so rip. It has a cool story though because it was supposed to be the Milan exclusive at the new Tom Ford boutique back in 2007, but they ended up making it a general release, and I just don't think it became as desirable after that, unfortunately, because it has a very almost like niche smell in 2007 and going on, because it's not like people are really about Chypres or Fougères or anything green at the
It's like
time.
a niche Halston Z14.
Exactly, yeah. So for that to be a general release and to see it discontinued 10 years later, I'm not surprised because I don't expect it to sell. Now, it would appeal to people like Ashton and myself who like the throwback style, but people are looking for something a little bit newer as far as what woody and fresh leans, and unfortunately that one's gone, but that is my favorite one.
That's good.
Can you guys talk about storing fragrances? Now, that's a good topic, I feel, that I think we can crush out real fast. Considering I see how Tim is storing some of them, despite the lighting there, but I know his lighting's not on 24/7. Tim, can you talk about your storage practice as far as fragrances real quick?
Dark, not damp, just away from any light, really. In room temperature or colder if you can. You don't want it too hot, but that's not going to happen most of the time here in Las Vegas. It's going to be hot, so I just try to make do with the temperature thing. But the most important for me is that it's in a dry place and it's not, it's not in any form of light. I have this lighting back here simply because it makes the background look nicer, but it's not on 24/7. It's off all the time unless I'm filming a video. So yeah, just generally keep it away from light, man. Any light.
All right, Ashton.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. You don't want any huge swings in temperature, like from really hot and then really cold, really hot, really cold. You want to keep it, like you said, room temperature or cooler if you can. Keep it out of direct sunlight, especially. That's pretty much it. A lot of people go, but that's kind of impossible for me. I'd have like 50 wine coolers or something ridiculous.
Oh man, imagine having like a walk-in wine cooler for all of your fragrance.
Yeah. So you would have an underground wine cooler,
like
wine cellar,
some sort of a grotto, like on some really like Italian style kind of setup. That'd be pretty cool.
Raphael says not to store in the bathroom, which is you don't want it in there because of the temperature swings that happen when people take showers.
Honestly, temperature swings, and honestly, I know this sounds like hella immature potentially, but the odor swings, like
odor swings,
like dead ass. It'll go from smelling in there like nothing to shitty to clean in like a matter of an hour. Depend if you're cleaning or you're just gonna spray some Febreze after you just deuced or something like that. But like honestly, like I don't want to spray. I don't like really doing that in the bathroom personally. But yeah,
I don't keep anything in there.
Yeah.
So key thing is for them, dry, room temperature or cold, away from light, still, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And some people keep them in boxes, but I don't roll with that. I know a lot of people do. That kind of keeps it a little more sequestered from the light, but that's an option.
I feel like
that's have a huge collection or anything.
To me, that's like a pain in the ass. Like when I have to wear one, and it's not convenient.
Yeah, definitely.
And I want to see them. They look pretty. The bottles. Yeah, I want to see.
Yeah, you gotta flex. Yeah, and you really can't
I don't want to see rectangles all around my house.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Anyway, I'm just gonna narrow this down to the last question, mainly because I have some UFC to watch.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, but I do really appreciate everyone coming through. So thank you guys for being super awesome.
Definitely.
And of course,
definitely.
And the last question,
Pick the best one
is, okay, that's really specific. Oh God. Okay, so here we go. I think this is a
Here we go.
Mario.
Here's a relatively like a seemingly trivial question. That being said, I think it's important that we do answer this because we do always answer maybe what summer fragrance you're excited for reaching for, or maybe your number one summer fragrance in your top 10 or top 5. But what summer fragrance are you reaching for the most in the summer? And asked by Eddie. So Eddie, thank you for your question. Which niche fragrance, do y'all reach for the most in the summer?
Niche fragrance.
Ashton, please.
Let me think about it for a second. I've got to think about what I've been wearing the last month the most.
Okay. Tim, do you have an answer?
It's 115 degrees a lot of the time here. So what I wear most of the time is Molecule 1 because that's the only thing that doesn't knock me or kill me when I'm driving.
Yeah,
like, you spray it in the car and your car is still hot at the time you get in. You know, it takes a while for your car to cool, right? When you close the door and if you're wearing a fragrance, it instantly kills you. So that's the only one that I've been wearing a lot of. Besides that, I've been wearing any creeds really: Virgin Island water, Silver Mountain water, Pacific Rock Moss. I wear that from time to time too. I mean, they're all the light stuff, the uber light stuff.
Cool. I can respect that.
Molecule 1 is number 1 for me right now. I wear that the most.
Nice. For me, it's actually a fragrance called Note de Yuzu by Maison Kitsune in collaboration with James Healy. People who know that scent here at least know it as my number 1 summer fragrance. And hell yeah, I have been reaching for it the most recently, mainly because it is light enough that I can typically not choke myself out when I'm driving, like Tim said, or anywhere else I'm at. And it lasts long enough for a quote unquote really light fragrance. So I'm more of a longevity whore than projection guy, mainly because I don't want to project too much, especially if I'm at my gig. So Note de Yuzu does the stuff just right. And during the opening stage, I definitely do get really good feedback with it as well, especially if you guys are into that bright Yuzu style fragrance. Check it out if you've yet to. Note de Yuzu by Maison Kitsune in collaboration with James Healy. That being said, Ashton, your answer. Most reach for niche fragrance in the summer.
Yeah, so this is going to be whack, but if I'm going to have to say this summer, and I'm being completely honest, it's Aventus. Because, like, I've had a number of outings, out with friends and out to events and stuff like that. And a lot of times I find myself just going full on dumb reach mode. And so then it's like, well, what's something that I can wear and be like, okay, I'm going to be confident wearing this. And I just grab effing Aventus like 9 times out of 10. So
it's not 13,
lame, but
batch 13cc.
No, not that one.
But that's the thing with Aventus. It's such a dumb reach. It's like every time you want to feel confident, it's like, okay, Aventus. You know what else to wear. That's why it's so good in my opinion. That's why it's so good.
Yeah,
it's such a dumb reach.
And the versatility.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Versatility, feedback, adequate enough performance throughout any kind of season.
Yep.
That being said, when it comes to Aventus, like the batch variation is
batch
something that I really don't dwell on too much. I know some people do, but I don't think there's an Aventus batch that's quote unquote bad for any time of the year if you have 4 seasons where you live like us. So for example, it's funny because Timmy and I have had this conversation about Aventus, and you've actually on a number of times got negative feedback with it. Am I correct?
Yes. Like I have to be very careful with the amount of sprays because mine is the smokier batch. The fruitiness is not really there for me. A lot of it is just smoke and woods. So I need to be very careful spraying mine. I do like 1 or 2 sprays, if not only just 1, because more than that here in Vegas I get negative reaction like just as often as they do compliments.
So that's another thing I want to quickly emphasize with everyone here is that, good Lord, once you hear someone exclaim about fragrances that they are reaching for a specific time of the year, and you want to potentially buy into that, you better know where that person's from. You better know what they do for a living or what their occasions are, mainly because of the fact that reason alone. Like, it might be safe for Ashton and I to reach for Aventus, or whatever batch of it is. Where
You're
we
in
live,
100+ degrees. This is definitely not the safest.
exactly right there. So like, be mindful of that. You know, we're usually good about telling you guys where we're from, where we're at, what it's like. That being said, do your due diligence and try to test. Try before you buy, if possible.
Yeah.
In Alaska, it was great. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, but you're in Nevada now. The opposite.
Yeah, big difference.
So there's that. Anyway, I'm going to conclude this in just a minute. Thank you guys again for your time. We really appreciate it. At GenScents, you want to quickly tell the forum where we can find you and everything?
Yeah, man. GenScents YouTube channel. I should have my top 10 designer list coming out sometime soon. I actually filmed it like a month ago. I mean, I've got so much stuff.
You know you're burned out when you have a video that's unedited for like a month.
I legitimately at this point was thinking to myself, like, how much would it cost to hire somebody to edit my stuff? Like, I don't mind shooting it. And when I sit down to edit, I'm just like, God, I don't want to
toast.
It takes forever. So anybody out there, you know how to edit and you want to edit some videos at a decent price, go ahead and reach out to me.
Wow, Tim's like getting
one decant a month. Send you a decant a month.
Oh yeah, I will send you decants.
Pays him in decants.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I'll send you decants depending on how many videos you do for me.
All respect.
Yeah.
All right.
Sign me up.
Speaking of that, ImagineScent, where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube, obviously, at my name, ImagineScent. I don't have any video film, but I will be back sometime within the month or so. I'm enjoying my summer a lot. That's the thing. I'm burnt out too. I haven't filmed anything. I haven't released anything in like over 2 weeks. So I'm in the same boat as Ashton is. So,
I feel you, man. I'm right there.
Yeah.
With you.
But dead ass, sure. Like I'm the forum here can catch up with all three of us for now. I wish people like George and Bradley could have hopped on this as well. That would have been lovely. That being said, it's been awesome catching up with you two. So thank you guys, Ashton, Tim. I love you both.
Yep.
And to all the stream monsters, we love you all as well. Of course, I'm Manny, CascadeScents, host of the stream, and I'll be back with some more content later this week. My friends are back, so I'm not going to be in the video, but you'll still see them rate certain fragrances, and they're going to tell you whether they think certain fragrances are above or below $100 US. So I hope you guys enjoyed that too.
I don't think there's anything in Manny's collection that's under $100.
Yeah, for real.
Bro. Oh, wait. As far as MSRP, everything I mentioned as far as the pickups for this haul, none are under.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I don't think there's anything.
Yeah, exactly. So there it is. Rip. But anyway, that was awesome, guys. So thank you guys. Hashtag wear your fragrances, wear your scents. Peace out. Bye.
Peace.